and girls, this is Miss Cook, and today we are going to talk about one of my favorite topics. We're going to talk about opinion writing. We have been writing all year, and a little bit of the time we have been talking about opinion writing, so you might already know what an opinion is, but if you don't, that's okay, because that's what we're going to talk about today. An opinion is how we think or feel. Say that with me. An opinion is how we think or feel. And a lot of times people have different opinions, and that's okay. People think and feel differently. Sometimes people have the same opinion, and that's okay too, where they think and feel the same. I'm going to start by telling you a story to help you understand what an opinion is. I was thinking about my fiance, Eric. Eric loves lima beans. He loves them. He thinks they are so delicious. He could eat this whole can all by itself. I think lima beans are disgusting. Yuck. If lima beans were sitting on my plate, I would sit there all night and stare at them. I would not put them in my mouth. Ugh, yuck. Is Eric right and I'm wrong? No. Am I right and Eric's wrong? No. It's okay that I do not like lima beans and that he does. Now, let's think about a different story. I love peppers. I love them so much. I eat them for a snack. I keep them in my refrigerator all the time. I sometimes eat them with dip. I sometimes cut them up and put them in my fajita dishes or some other types of dinner food. When I cook them, I think they're so good. I could eat them every day. They are the best. Eric thinks peppers are disgusting. They hurt his belly. They smell bad. He doesn't like when I cook them. He thinks they're gross. Is Eric right and I'm wrong? No. Am I right and Eric's wrong? No. We just have different opinions. We have different ways that we think and feel, and that's okay. Now, what we are going to do today is talk about the two stories that we've been reading this week and last week, the mitten and the hat. And we are going to share what story we liked best. Is it okay that the story I liked best is different from the story that Mrs. Yarman likes best? Absolutely. But when we're thinking about our opinion, it's easy to say, I like this, I don't like that. What is a little harder, what we're ready to do, is think about why. Why do I like this better? Why do I like that? I like peppers better because I like how crunchy they are and crisp. I like the way they taste. I like all the beautiful colors. And I know they are super healthy. Eric likes lima beans. He likes that mushy taste. He likes the shell. He likes the smell of them. Everyone has different things that they like and don't like. So just because I like the mitten, you might have a different opinion. But let's talk about it and let's think about the two stories. So if you remember back to last week, we read the mitten. The mitten was about Nicky, and Nicky lost his white mitten. And what happened? All of those animals tunneled inside until the mouse sneezed, and the bears went, and the animals went everywhere, and then Nicky found his mitten. That is one story. The story that we've been reading this week, the hat, is about Hedgie the hedgehog, who gets a hat stuck on his head, and all of his animal friends think that that is so silly until they realize how cool it is to have a hat and how smart it is to have a hat in the wintertime. These are both great stories, but now it's time to think about which one you like best and why you like that one best. Maybe you like the hat because it is so funny to see animals with hats on their head, or socks on their head, or underwear on their head. Maybe you liked the mitten because the little boy got his mitten back and his grandma was so happy. Today, what you're going to do is some opinion writing. So you have a paper that is in your packet, and it asks which story you prefer. Which story, in your opinion, is the best? Today, what we're going to do, I'm going to move this just a little bit closer so that you guys can see my work, is I'm going to show you how I am going to write my opinion. So my opinion, how I think of feel about these two stories, is I think they're both really great. But I love The Mitten. It's one of my favorites. I read it every year to my class multiple times. I sometimes even give it away as a gift. I love The Mitten. Why do I love The Mitten? Because I think it is so funny when those animals all go flying up in the air because a little tiny mouse said, achoo. Now, that's what I'm going to do today. A good writer is a good thinker, a good drawer, and a good writer. So I am going to write my opinion, how I think or feel, on my paper. So I started without you because I didn't want to waste all of your time. But I like The Mitten. So I'm going to grab my crayon. And I am going to draw. I've got my snowy tree and the snowy scene because it was definitely snowy. I want to make sure I draw that mitten really stretched out and big. Oh, yeah. And then I'm going to draw the animals, and I'll get to that in a minute. But now I have thought about why I love the mitten. I have drawn why I love the mitten, about how I love the mitten. And now it's time to write my opinion. I like the mitten. I think we can do that together. All right, so when I start my sentence, I know that I'm going to start all the way over here, and I am going to write, I like the mitten. Can you help me with that? I is a red word, so we already know how to write I. We'll put our finger space down, like a red word. Perfect. I like the, another red word. I like the mitten. Ooh, I guess I'll have to stretch that out. Mitten. It. 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 In. Yes, I know that one. All right, I'll put make sure I have my capital letter, space between my words. I have spelled all my red words correctly, and I have my punctuation, my period, my stop sign at the end of my sentence. So I can read, I like the mitten. And why do I like the mitten? Because that bear is just so funny when he sneezes and all those animals pop up in the air. That is just hilarious to me. So I like that one the best. That is my opinion. That is how I think or feel. It's time for you to share your opinion. Maybe you have the same opinion as I do. Maybe your opinion is different. Maybe you do like the mitten, but you have a totally different reason why. So it's important that you think about your opinion, how you think or feel, and you share how you think or feel and nobody else, because your opinion is important. All right, I can't wait to see what you do. Great job today. Keep working hard, and hopefully I will see you very, very soon.